Hey everyone, it's Annie
and Brady
from the Never Growing Up podcast, a Disney Parks podcast for adults.
Thanks so much for joining us for this week's episode. Make sure you subscribe and leave a rating for us on whatever app you're joining our conversation.
And don't forget to follow us on social media on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Links for all of our accounts are in our show notes.
Enjoy the show.
Hey everybody, welcome to another new episode of the Never Growing Up podcast, a Disney Parks podcast for adults. Today, I swear, we are really going to try and friggin' finish these tours. So we're continuing, I think, with Italy. Yes, we're starting with Italy. I really think we might either at least get through 2 countries or 3 countries. I promise we will get these done. I swear to God. That's my intro. Hey.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. It's
Happy New Year.
Almost Happy New Year. Even though 2021 is not doing its best.
Yeah.
Lord. But we're
People
happy to be
so
here.
excited to jump into 2020. Everybody's so excited to jump into 2021. Now look at you.
Yeah. You got to walk in, you can't touch anything. Someone was what is that called? A bull in a China house. There's a China house or something like that. China store.
Bull in a China shop.
Yeah. Hi, guys. I'm Annie at WDW Collective, and with me is my most wonderful co-host.
Hello, guys. I am Brady McCleary, also known to you guys as Brady Cam on the gram, on the grizzle.
On the grizzle. I've been really trying to be active now on Instagram. I'm really trying. I'm doing my best. And when I mean active, I mean 1 post a day.
That's good. You gotta start back up,
Yeah, I was like, I need to I wanted something just pleasant to look forward to. And I felt like this year I'm determined to go back, hopefully we'll all get vaccinated soon and then we'll be able to go there. Even Nick said he's willing to go in the summer if it means we can go back. That's the soonest we can go back. So we'll see. Knock on wood. But I was like, I need to get back into it. I need to get myself hyped up again. Because I felt like I was really low.
Sad. My family is going in June, and great segue. I won't be here. So, ladies and gentlemen, what we have decided to do for the Never Growing Up podcast while I'm away is we're going to have some rotating co-hosts to help keep the show going while I am in Afghanistan.
Yeah. So, obviously me, I guess I could speak for myself. I'm really sad, but I'm obviously very thankful for, Brady to be doing what he's doing and hoping and praying that you'll be very safe while you're there. And obviously we want to continue the podcast and we want to
go on.
Yeah, the show must go on. And we will, hopefully, I think we're going to try and get you some recordings from Brady when he can and add it to the podcast when we can. We'll be doing shout outs every week. And we'll be doing some things too for the rest of his colleagues out there. And we're just extremely grateful for you making that sacrifice and going out there for us.
If I would have known the sacrifice was going to be not going to Disney, I would have reconsidered.
I know. So you're actually my closest friend. All my friends that I have are veterans. They've already served time, or served their what is it? I apologize. I'm not. This shows how much I don't know. They did their turnover in the Middle East. And so you're my first close friend that's going that I'm actively experiencing this with. So it's very strange. And so I'm just obviously, praying for everything to be safe and, you come back to us, damn it.
Yeah, no, it's been really surreal, like, I've been waiting to go for years,
Yeah.
and, like, everything's, like, coming to a pass, like, right
Yeah.
now. I signed my will yesterday,
Oh my
um,
god, Brady.
which was or Friday, which was, like, super w surreal because, like, I was
Oh
reading
my
it, and,
god.
you have to go through it and make sure it's in the verbiage you want, and I was like
Yeah.
it was like an outer body experience because I kinda read out loud when I'm trying to
Sure.
comprehend something well, and I was like, "This is literally" like, I'm reading this right now, and it's in my hand right now, this piece of paper that's gonna be crimped, stamped, and, sealed. I
Yeah.
was like, "This is what they're gonna read if I die."
Oh
Like
god,
and
oh
I've
god.
touched it, and, like, it was just really
God forbid,
weird to
God
think
forbid.
about. But, yeah, no, it's really I'm really excited. I'm excited to go.
Yeah,
I'll be gone for a good long time, but
yeah,
like Annie said, I'm gonna try and squeak my way into the show while I'm away.
yeah.
But I think it's gonna be really exciting for everybody because, we've got some really great people,
Yes.
that agreed to hang out with the show while I'm away.
Yes, and thank you to everyone who we've already talked to and kind of explained what's going on, and they're being extremely helpful and realize, kind of what's going on and that we're, just doing this to help Brady out while he's out. Um, Obviously this and that's why we're doing something like we're doing rotating Disney creators or, even people outside of kind of like the immediate Disney family. We're gonna try and include people like that too, because other people who are not just completely Disney creators do love Disney, and so we're gonna be including them too.
Which I think
But
makes sense because, like, our
yeah,
podcast, you and I, we like it's a Disney podcast, but we go on a
we
good hour-long tangent about unrelateds.
we really can't keep it together. And so yeah, we're really excited. So well, we're really excited to have some input from other folks on here. Obviously, like all of our logos will remain the same. Like anytime you see like any of the ads, it's going to be Annie and Brady. So it's really just not to downplay anybody else, but you guys are just kind of helping us out. So we really appreciate that. Um, and so, and kind of like the idea that I got from doing this rotating thing was one of my favorite podcasters. She used to have a show on Sirius Radio. Now she has a podcast, and her long, long, long time co-host ended up having to move away from New York City. And at the time, they were still Sirius, and Sirius wouldn't allow them to do this remotely. So she's never replaced him. She's always just had a rotating group of people because he was so important to her. So I wanted to make sure that that's
Aw,
very clear. That that's why we're having rotating guests because no one can replace Brady. So
no one can
um,
replace you either.
yeah. So yeah, we just wanted to let you guys know. We're recording a couple episodes because we can't exactly say when he's leaving, but he's leaving very shortly. And so we're gonna be recording a bunch of episodes with Brady, and we'll let obviously you'll hear from at least my Instagram, like when we start including some of our guests. We've already reached out to a lot of people actually, and they were very excited to join us. So you'll see when that happens. And then whenever Brady comes back is when we come back with Brady.
Yeah. When I return, I return.
Coming back. Ugh, couldn't be soon enough.
But
Mm.
speaking of rotating, how about we
Oh
rotate through
my
these
god.
last few countries in Epcot?
Yes, finally. And we know, like, we also have an episode coming to for the Festival of the Arts, which started, I think, this week. It started this week. We will be talking about that. Of course, we will do one of our regular festival reviews. So that will be coming.
Mhm.
But we wanted to make sure we
I
get these
love
freaking
a
things.
festival.
So I think we left off with Italy.
Italy.
Italia. So I mean, y'all, I think Italy's probably one of the most popular, pavilions purely from a
Italy
food standpoint.
fabulously.
Purely from a food standpoint, I think I think Via Napoli is probably, like, one of the most popular restaurants in World Showcase. That makes me roll my eyes, but it's true. Um, and if once you walk into, Italy and World Showcase, it's looks like Venice, which I think is such an interesting choice.
I've never been.
I've never been to Venice. I've been to Rome, Florence, Milan, Lake Como, a couple places in Tuscany, and then, like, that's about it. So, like, I've never been to Venice, but I find it's, like I don't know. I guess it makes sense, like, it looks really pretty. I just, like there's I didn't think Venice was, like, more popular than Rome or something like that. There is a little mini Trevi Fountain when you walk in or walk to the back towards Via Napoli. So that's, like, the Rome influence, but it looks more like Venice than anything else, which I find interesting. But
I
I've never
think,
been to Venice.
I've seen a few, Instagrammers, they're like, "Am I in Italy or am I at Epcot?" And they are pretty strikingly similar, like, the
Yeah,
buildings
the Doge's
themselves
Palace
are
and stuff.
very, very well
Yeah.
done.
Yeah, and I mean, the main reason why you're going why you're going into the Italy Epcot is probably for, like, food. You're probably going to the pizza window, or you have reservations, or you're going there for the hot guys. Let's be honest.
I 100% recommend if you're in for some eye
Let's be
candy,
honest.
uh,
Yeah,
the
it's
the
pleasant.
the guys at Via Napoli are, it's a good time, and the pizza's decent, but the guys are
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, I think it's one of the better because Disney is not known for good pizza, like, across the board, and so this Via Napoli, I think, actually
Unless
has
you're
really good.
going to All-Star. All-Star has the best pizza.
No kidding, really? I've never had the pizza at All Stars. I've only had, they have some really good sandwiches there, and, like, the chips, I don't know why, are amazing, but I've never had the pizza there.
Matt and I will sometimes, like, skip eating at the end of the night, like, when we're at the parks, so that we can come back to our hotel and just, like, binge eat pizza. Like, we will fuck up a All-Stars pizza.
You know who has a real decent pizza delivery situation is the Swan and Dolphin, and
Ooh,
I don't know why, and I don't know if I've ever had it sober. I'm really not sure,
that's a
because I
fair
feel like
statement.
that's a fair statement. Because, like, every time I've come back, usually when I'm at Swan and Dolphin, we're always going to some kind of festival at Epcot, and you're not returning there sober, and I always order a pizza because 'cause I'm like, "I'm hungry even though I just ate at 25 countries," like, there's no reason to get a
25
pizza, but it's
countries.
really
I need a
solid.
refund.
But the stores are really, really nice. I mean, obviously, you're gonna find your typical, um, Disney country attire, so you're gonna find that stuff, but they have some really great stuff in many of the stores, things that, like, I have only seen that, like, are at my grandma's house. So, like, for those of you who don't know, I'm half Italian, I'm half Sicilian, but that's really the only side of my life that I've really grown up with. My other side, I'm not really super familiar with. So, I grew up very, very Italian, and so, like, all the things I see there are stuff that, like, my grandma would have in her house. I love that. I love it. We've talked about this many times about please visit the shops because although, Brady, I remember you made this really interesting point, though. You're, like, wondering how much is actually going back to the country, even though they're selling stuff that you'd buy there.
Yeah, like, I know I don't know about Italy, but I know in Mexico, they have those people, like, sitting there hand painting all those little,
Mhm.
spirit guide animals,
Right.
and I wonder, like, how much of that is going to benefit and, honestly, I wanna give Disney the benefit of the doubt
Yeah.
because, like, look at Animal Kingdom, why would they do so much to help the world at Animal Kingdom and then be like, "Nope, sorry, Epcot."
Yeah. You never know.
Um, and then
Some
and then I was also just thinking, like, you're going around Italy and you're picking items up, and this is super cute, look at the made in China.
Oh my god, I gotta pay attention to that because, like, they have handmade Venetian masks there. I love that they have the Venetian glass beads. This is really cool, and, like, a lot of people don't really know about it. People are very familiar with, like there's a type of bead from Greece that's, like, blue, and it looks like it's glass. It's, like, blue and has, like, an eye in it or something like that, and there's these Venetian glass beads that, like, both my mom and my aunt have that they've gotten from Italy, and, like, they're in the far corner, so, like, if you're, like, walking through the first store, if you're going through the Doge's Palace, go all the way to the back, and they have really beautiful, like, glass jewelry. Like, highly, highly recommend checking that out. It's beautiful. And they have ornaments with the Venetian glass beads, which I have bought, and they're very nice. 'Cause I don't really wear a lot
Ooh,
of jewelry. But they have a fantastic wine store as well, so you can go and buy wine. They have a wine tasting there similar to what you had experienced in France, and we'll talk about that. When we went through, uh the Festival of the Holidays, and we were like, don't even mess with the wine at the booth. Just go do wine tastings there or go to Tutto Gusto, which we'll talk about here in a minute. Okay, so again, like we were saying, a lot of the reason why people are going to the Italy Pavilion is because Italian food is safe. Everybody loves Italian food. Um, so this is me personally. I would recommend if you are going to eat anything in Italy, go to the Tutto Gusto, which we'll talk about in a minute. I think like this is extremely Americanized Italian food, and it like poses no excitement to me at all. Personally, I've eaten at not at Tutto Italia used to be called Originale del Alfredo or something like that, and it was just like Olive Garden, in my opinion. Have you ever eaten it?
Mm,
Have you ever eaten at these? I think it's like Olive Garden, in my opinion.
no, I think the only one I ate at was with I think it was with Eat, Drink, Travel, Dream, but
Hmm.
I don't remember eating. Or
You're like,
maybe
I
it
don't
was with
remember
you.
a lot.
Yeah, I was like, I remember being there with them, but I also remember eating a cheese board with you,
With me,
I think.
we did it Tutto Gusto.
Okay, okay, yeah.
We'll talk about
I'm
Tutto Gusto in a
confused
minute.
then.
That's okay. Tutto Italia is like the main sit down restaurant. Well, do you want to look at the lunch menu? Because I know that's your fave.
It is my fave.
It's your fave. And I think it's probably pretty similar. But I mean, so let me preface this with I have not eaten here since it became Tutto Italia. I had only eaten at when it was Originale dell'Alfredo. So I don't know if it's better. But to me, it
These
just looks like.
prices make me have diarrhea.
Now, I'm not trying to shit on Olive Garden. I love Olive Garden. Soup, salad, and breadsticks for life. Okay, I don't eat the rest of their food. Soup, salad, and breadsticks for life.
The salad at Olive Garden is I mean, they need to change the whole, uh, experience of their, restaurant. Like, let's not call it an quote unquote "Italian restaurant" that serves quote unquote "Italian food." Just turn it into a
It's
salad
so
restaurant and stick with that.
God, that would
You
be
did
great.
that really well, Olive Garden.
Holy shit, what a great idea! This is genius. Olive Garden, call us. Here's what's up. You should do like an Olive Garden, like a little mini, like a little cafe, and just do soup, salad, and breadsticks. I would
Ah,
live there.
done.
I would
Done.
fucking live there. Do you know that's what we ate on New Year's Day?
Olive
Is soup,
Garden?
salad, breadsticks, Olive Garden, yes.
Love
On New
it.
Year's Day, ringing in 2021 with fucking soup, salad, and breadsticks.
I
I mean,
ate,
it was
uh,
great. It was fantastic. I'm not gonna
B-dubs.
lie. Not going to lie. All right, let's look at this. So they have a pretty
Mhm.
decent antipasti menu. Um, they have like, a charcuterie board, which is the taglieri. It's a very expensive, $40. No, no, no. Let's okay. I'm gonna shut this down. $40 for prosciutto, salami, Asiago, like 4 other cheese. Get the hell out of here. Hard pass. Come on, Disney. $40 for some fucking prosciutto. Get out.
Yeah, serves
I don't have
2, but
time
it's,
for this
like,
shit.
probably not that big.
No, it's probably like you probably get like 3 pieces of prosciutto, 3 piece like a little thing of Asiago, gorgonzola, all that shit. Get out. That shit, no. Get out. I don't have time for this
Go.
shit.
Just
Oops.
go.
All right.
Oh,
The
she's so
one thing
mad, she threw her drink on the floor.
I threw my drink. The one
You
thing I
wanna
would
know
be
what my,
into.
uncultured white ass thought antipasti was?
Wait, what?
You wanna know what my uncultured white ass thought antipasti
Yes.
was?
Yes.
Uh, for the longest, actually, probably up until you and I started doing these tours, not tours, like our festival reads and
Yeah.
everything, uh, I thought antipasti meant, like, the dishes in this section didn't have pasta in it.
Oh my god. That's totally fair because if you're just reading it, that's what it makes it. Yeah, that totally makes sense. That's
So
fair.
it's like and then when I found out it was just basically appetizer, I was like,
Yeah.
oh,
Hilarious.
why did I
I
fucking
love
say
that.
that?"
Well, it's kinda true, though. It's like it's not pasta because in Italy, pasta is considered, like, your preemie, so it's, like, not considered the main meal. You just have, like, a little bit of pasta before you eat your main meal, which is some kind of meat or fish or whatever. So, it makes sense with to say antipasti, and then this one doesn't have a preemie. It only has secondi. Oh, here's a pasta menu. Alright. But, yeah. Um, the one thing I would be really into, because I do love a caprese salad, is the fior di latte caprese, which is tomatoes, basil, sea salt, olive oil, balsamic glaze. Perfect.
Ooh, that sounds really
Perfetto.
good. Ooh, that does sound really good.
Mhm.
Um, I think I would do the carpaccio di
That
manzo.
looks really good. Mhm. Looks really
Is
good.
that how badly did I
Yeah.
butcher that?
No, you did that perfect. Carpaccio di manzo.
Yeah. That sounds so good.
So it looks like the way that they have this, and this is another thing that annoys the shit out of me. Um, they have it listed as secondi, like if you're getting like a full meal of food, like so you would get a meat, but they have the pasta here, and I'm assuming it's like a full size pasta because this is America and people don't understand that. um,
Yeah.
so out of the secondis, this is where you're finding your meats and your fish. I mean, for those of you who don't know, I'm vegetarian. I try to stay away when I'm on vacation. Well, I haven't been on vacation. Actually, no, I haven't been on vacation since I've been vegetarian. Shit,
Oh,
I didn't even realize that. Outside of like work trips before lockdown happened, I've not been on vacation as a vegetarian yet. Shit,
shoot
this is
dang
so
it.
hard. I mean, I get the meat sweats now if I ever eat meat, so. But the salmon looks good.
But the theme looks good. Um, I'm looking at this, and I guess if this was, like, truly a small portion, right? It's like in the real secondi world?
It would be no, it would be like a full meal. It would be like a full main plate.
Okay, and the pasta should
Yeah,
be the small one.
should be small, but I don't think it is.
Okay, so, then in this case, I think I would get probably the, uh, biste just bistecca?
Where you at? Oh, the bistecca?
Yeah, the secondi. I'd probably get that if
Yeah,
I was gonna get, like, a true, like, coursed meal where, we chose the appetizer and then the secondi and then the pasta, then the
yeah.
secondi. I'd get that. If I didn't, then I would do the parmigiana.
I bet that's probably good. It's pretty hard to, like, screw up chicken parmesan, but,
I feel like people can though. Like,
oh, it's
the
yeah,
moment
they
you
can.
overcook your pasta
Oh,
and then
yeah,
you
and
got
the chicken can be rubbery.
the soggy
Yeah.
chicken on top, yeah.
Now, in the pasta section, they have a penne and vodka sauce with lobster meat. I would be real into that, like, real into that. I love a penne and vodka sauce. Second, with some lobster on it, yeah, here for it. There's, like, no, oh, there's the gnocchi sorrentina. I guess that's, like, vegetarian, but bleh. Oh, I'm breaking
Sh
things over here.
So mad today. Um,
You know?
I love lasagna, so I'd probably either do just kidding, pork ragu, no thanks, gonna go up to the ravioli.
The ravioli looks good.
Yeah, I would do the ravioli. Um, the penny vodka does sound good though, but
Yeah.
yeah. Ravioli, ravioli, holy moly, raccaroli.
The gnocchi sorrentina, though, that looks like you couldn't eat for days after that because gnocchi in itself is very heavy, and then it has tomatoes, a pomodoro sauce, which is tomato sauce, and burrata, which I would shit for days. No.
No thanks.
Hard pass. And I'm not a big dessert person, but I love a cannoli. I would be into it.
Ooh, the cappuccino truffle looks good.
That looks really nice.
Oh, hold on, there's cheesecake.
Hold on.
Hold on. Oh, let me move my third chin to the side. This is making me sweat.
Oh my god.
I love cheesecake.
How about, like, while we're thinking about this, I asked Nick to make me a vodka. He makes very good fresh vodka sodas. I don't know why mine don't taste as good as his, and maybe it's just 'cause I want him to
It's
make
the
it, but he's
love.
like, "I'm not making you another vodka soda unless you have 2 because I'm sick of wasting club soda." And I said, "Alright, I'll let you know when I'm ready for another one." So I'm, like, chugging this one. It is 4 o'clock in the afternoon on a Sunday. Sunday
Ooh, we're
fun
gonna get some real good, cooking videos tonight.
we're gonna get some good cooking videos tonight. If you guys follow me on my personal, Instagram, I'm not gonna say what you can ask me if you wanna know, but, because I try to keep that separate, but, I do cooking videos. I don't do them on WDW Collective anymore just because 'cause I'm lazy. There's no reason.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to
Because
be
there's
like,
so much going on, right? You have so
"There's
much
so
to
much going
do.
on." Like, fuck, I can't I just literally cannot. Wine flights, I love them. They have better ones at Tutto Gusto, but there are ones here.
Yeah,
The
I was
wine
just
are
reading
just
those, like, none of these are familiar to me.
ooh. You know what? I actually take this I take the negative Nancy comment I just made. The crisp Italian whites, I am wildly impressed. They have agave, Battaciolo, very good white. Obviously a Sauvignon Terre di Bacco and a Pecorino Fodocchio. Those look great. I actually am very impressed by that Italian white flight, just purely on the fact that they have agave. We drink a lot of wine in my house.
Yeah, no, I'm okay. I was actually just gonna ask, like, so it's got the dates here. So would the Gavi, be better if it was, like, from 1912?
I don't know. You'd have to ask you have to ask Nick that.
I
So
would love to ask
the
Nick questions, but he refuses to
oh
come
my
and talk
god.
to us whenever we
This is
talk about alcohol.
this is what I said. I said, "Nick, you have to help me. You need to come on an episode, and maybe we could do, like, a wine episode." So, for those of you who don't know, my husband is a certified specialist of wine. He sells wine. This is obviously why we're not just, like, alcoholics by choice, it's by his job. And so,
Of course,
I was like, "Nick, we could do, like, a
worst
great."
alcoholism.
We support alcoholism in this house. So I was like, "You can come on. We could do, like, a wine show, like, blah, blah." He won't do it because he says I'm censoring him. I was like, "What are you talking about?" I was like, "Nick, you just can't say, like, weird shit. Like, no one will get it."
No one will understand.
You gotta, like, talk to the masses. You can't just say, like, you can't be all nerdy. Like, although I get real nerdy sometimes, but I was like, ugh. Anyways, I'm very impressed by these wine flights. I do take my comment back. I'm looking at them now and I'm like, oh, that's not bad. Like the Piemonte one, there's the Gavi's in there again. There's a Nebbiolo. I love a Nebbiolo. The one thing I'm a little concerned about is the Dolcetto d'Alba, which means it's probably a sweet one. I don't like that shit. But otherwise, it's impressive. I take my comment back. Let me try and open Tuta Gusto now because my computer is being a bitch. It's being a shit.
To the
Okay,
gusto wine cellar.
let's have a conversation about how much we love Tuta Gusto. First of all, I think it's like
Um,
is
it's
my
it's
favorite.
hard slept on,
It's hard slept on. I don't know
but
what
it's
you're doing.
also hard to get in.
It is. And that's purely just because it's a very, very small space. We're not saying like we
Yeah,
just said it's slept on, but no, it's like it's just a small space.
yeah,
Um, so Tuta Gusto is a wine cellar. It's right next to Tuto Italia, and
and they've
I
got, like, a
cannot.
bar that you can go up to. It's just it's
Yes,
nice in there, and it smells so nice in there.
it's just this really cool cave. Um, it's it's very, very much like this is probably the closest thing to like one of the countries. Like you can go to wine bars like this in Italy. This is very similar to like just going to like an Osteria or a trattoria or something like that. And this is exactly what it's like. Is Tutto Gusto. I'm so impressed with that place because it's very similar to what you experience in Italy. You just go up to the bar, get some wine, get a like a charcuterie board, and the cool thing is you can just ask them to make you stuff. Like I'll just be like, "Can you just get me some prosciutto and some Parmigiano Reggiano?" And they'll bring you like a thing, and they'll just and then you make drinks. Fucking phenomenal. I can't handle it. I love this place so much. There's a menu, but like screw the menu. Like order what you want because you can. That's how cool it is there. A lot of the food, we're not. I don't even know if it's worth us going through the food. I don't know why they don't have
It's
like their
fun.
wine flights and shit on here. That's weird. Um, the wine selection's phenomenal. They have really great Italian cocktails, like legitimate Italian cocktails, like that you would actually get in Italy. Um, versus like the Disney collection of cocktails that you can find at every bar. Um, I can't say, and they have fantastic wine flights, fantastic prosecco flights. I can't say anything. I don't know what you're doing if you're not going there. Moral of the story. I don't know
The
what you read that
menu
for.
online looks exactly like
Yeah, I'm not even paying attention
the
to
other
it
one,
because I'm like,
but yeah,
that's not what I would
it's
do.
nice. I go there for my mocha martinis.
Oh, it was so tasty. Your
Those
espresso
things
espresso martini, yeah.
that'll slap.
It was very tasty. What did we I think we just did that, like, I just ordered a bunch of, like, meat and cheese,
Yeah, that
and, like,
we
I didn't
just
even go about it.
I think we just, like, stopped by what were we doing in there? I think it was
We
just
just
a
went in.
place that we had to go.
We
Yeah, I think it was just really, "Alright,
it
let's
was
go here, we gotta go here."
and it was dead when we were there, which was shocking.
Yeah,
I
it
remember we
was
got in there
a
real fast,
first.
and there was, like, 6 of us, I think, at least, eh, maybe more, and we got in very easily. I was just very surprised because usually, like, the only place I can get to, and I'm totally fine with this, is going just directly to the bar, which I like because then you could talk to the people. They have, like, a display of, like, an pasta that you can get, so, like, olives and, like, little buffalo mozzarella and, like, stuff like that you just get that too. But and I think a lot of the drinks that they get, because I always see the waiters and waitresses going back and forth from the restaurant into the wine cellar. So I don't know if, like, some of the stuff's in there and they're getting it in there and bringing it out. I'm not entirely sure. Y'all don't
Would
mess
be
around.
fancy.
It's so good. It's so good.
But if you haven't been, get the mocha martini, you won't regret it.
Oh,
It
that
gives
was
you
so
that
good.
good energy, from the espresso.
Get a little
Oh,
jolt.
that's what it is, espresso martini, I'm a big dumb bitch. Um, but yeah, no, it's, like, chilled and light. Ah, it's good. Good stuff, guys.
Yeah, yeah. So the other one is like this is where you're gonna see most of the families. So as the Never Growing Up podcast, when it's usually just you as an adult going there, I don't necessarily recommend Via Napoli because it's mainly families and screaming children. I
And
would
it's
recommend
expensive,
is
which
expensive
everybody
for what it is.
knows, and you can't be some Karen-ass woman going in and being, quote,
Oh,
unquote,
shit.
"surprised by the price"
Let them
and
tell the story.
stiffing your waitresses.
Tell the story because it's been a
It
while.
we talked about this a couple episodes oh, yeah, it has been a while.
It's been a while.
A handful of episodes ago, there was a story that went viral where a woman was eating at Via Napoli,
Mhm.
and she ordered a pizza. She, I guess, asked, for a recommendation, and the prices are all right there, and she added so many toppings,
Yeah,
and even, I mean, at Pizza Hut, you add another topping, that's another $1.50, and her bill came out to be, like, 50 or $60, and she, like, he threw a huge temper tantrum about it. She wrote this, like, nasty note on the receipt, and she stiffed the, uh the server, didn't leave them a tip because she's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, this was more than I was expecting, blah, blah, blah," and it just turned into this big thing, and there were so many holes in her story,
yeah,
like, she goes to Disney World once a month, and then, like, she has, like, this mommy Disney vlog or,
yeah.
blog where she's the guru of Disney, but if you go into the
Did she get
quote,
canceled,
unquote,
I wonder?
title.
Does she
I
still have
wonder,
her
I
channel?
ignore I
I
got
never
my
followed her in the
kicks
first
out of that
place.
situation, and I was like, "Whatever," like, yeah,
Yeah,
but, I mean, you can't go into each country has their crown restaurant, their star restaurant of the
yeah.
country. This one was it, and it's the $4 sign, uh, restaurant, and you can't go in there and expect to order 52,000 toppings on a pizza and
Yeah.
not pay $52,000 because it's $1 a topping.
I mean, if you
But
we'll get to it in a minute, but, like, if you scroll down, like, these pizzas are not they're not cheap, which I find silly.
but they're good,
They're
and
very good.
they're
I still
big.
wouldn't pay that much. I
I
I would
was
still wouldn't pay that much for pizza.
yeah, and I guess it kinda depends. I wasn't too hurt by it, me and my 2 cousins, 'cause
Mhm.
they're large enough and you're able to kind of, like, set them up how you want. So we did, like, a half one topping, half another
Oh,
topping,
nice,
and then
nice.
we split the bill, 3 ways because it was able to feed all 3 of us. Um,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
so if you're gonna go there and, like, split it with some friends, like, cool, it's
Yeah.
not too bad, but it is expensive,
I'm a
but it is really
huge,
good.
huge fan of their pizza window, so it's not open all the time, and I don't know if it's open during this situation, the COVID situation. I don't know if it's open right now, but,
Honestly,
they've
during the COVID situation, this might be the only time it would be open and the restaurant
it
wouldn't,
would
so they
make
could just hand you
sense,
your food
yeah.
and get the
They
hell
just
out.
hand you. Yeah, so it might vary that's a really good point. I didn't think about that. Um, where you just go up and you're ordering, like, by the slice, and
Mhm.
like, I mean, if you're just wanting, like, a piece of pizza, like, it's really, really good, and that is not that expensive. Because when you look at these, like, these prices for the pizza speciale, like, it's like, there's one that's like a carciofi pizza, which carciofi is, artichokes, and, it's like $40. I'm like, maybe because it has truffle oil in it, but, like, settle down. How many does it serve? Does it say? It doesn't say how big they are.
It says large, and then the Meso
Okay.
Metro, but okay, so yeah, this one so for instance, the which one did you just read? The
So the mezzo metro must be bigger, but, like, the carciofi large is still $40, like, that's aggressive.
yeah.
I don't know,
Yeah, the
I'm just
individual is
it.
25. That's a lot for an
A
individual.
lot,
So I
dude.
would probably just double that because the Meso Metro is huge, and that's what I was able to split with my like, me
Yeah,
and my 2 cousins. Um, and then if you divide 55 by 3, it's like,
yeah.
you know
I think you can also get and I mean, I could be wrong about this, but I think you can also get, like, a beer or, like, something at the window. Moral of the story is, like, if you wanna go sit in that restaurant, God bless you, but, like, I'm not part of that. I would much rather just go to the window and have a really good piece of pizza and be, like, done.
I would say, if you're in if pizza is if nice pizza is what you were wanting, um, and that's what you wanted to spend, like, your big restaurant on, it's
Yeah.
good. It's a good one, and
Yeah.
I think it's pretty inside. It's loud
Oh, very nice.
and
Yeah, it's
crowded,
beautiful.
but it's very pretty.
Yeah.
They got the whole kitchen is, like, in the center of the restaurant,
Yeah.
so you can, like, see them making all the pizzas, which is really cool.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a good experience, but it is probably, um, more expensive than most people are wanting to spend.
Yeah. But that doesn't mean that you don't even if it's more than you expected, that doesn't mean you don't tip your waitress, asshole. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah. Ugh, that's a
I
whole
can't handle
issue.
that. Do not get me started. I am very passionate about the service industry. Do not get me started. Lord. Anyways, let's move on. Let's go to America.
Or
But the
let's move
pavilion,
on.
not this shithole. Yeah, I know, right? Like, we mean the pavilion, not this friggin' mess. Um, I I love the American Adventure, which is the name of the pavilion. I love the American Adventure because they always have a fantastic booth during any of the festivals. Usually it's either like a solid barbecue or they have like the lobster rolls and stuff really really good. They're it's always great. I'm I've never been in the Regal Eagle, which is the new smokehouse. My husband has been there and he said it's very nice. He took some pictures. Because Nick got to go to Disney World this year and not me. Or in
Oh, that's
2020, I should say.
right.
Yeah, remember when he said he wasn't
Yeah,
gonna they
you
said they weren't gonna go to Epcot and they friggin' did? I was so pissed. I can't handle my life. I cannot! Anyways, but I mean, it's I love the American Adventure, like, the actual show. It's quite long. Everyone knows the theme song, the golden isn't it golden wings? America, stretch your golden wings, that song, you know what I'm talking about?
if you've called to make Disney reservations, you've heard it.
Oh, yeah, they play it all the time.
It's on the whole.
And and when they did have fireworks, it was in the Epcot Forever, which I was very excited about. But and there's also across the way is the American Gardens Theater, which is where they have any of the music guests they have during any of the festivals. I'm assuming I
Yeah,
didn't
little
look yet because
concerts.
we'll talk about it. They used to do the Broadway series during Festival of the Arts. I don't know if they're doing that this year because of the COVID, as we call it in this house. Um, but like that's what the Candlelight Processional is. Anytime they do Eat to the Beat, what's the Flower Garden one? Their concert series, whatever it is. It's there.
Uh,
'Cause it's right there in the center, like, obviously, it's, like,
yeah,
right in the center of World Showcase.
that's where
Um,
America would wanna be.
it's where they think they are. Um, probably gonna get comments on this thing, "Dummy, stop political." Oh, fuck off. This guy's being deployed, I think he can say whatever the hell he wants, so
Yeah. I mean, I love it.
yeah,
I love the country. I'm gonna
You love our
stop throwing
country.
your drink on the floor.
No, it's the coaster. No, it's the coaster. It keeps getting stuck to my glass.
Oh,
Anyways,
I
yes,
thought you
he can
just
say
keep
whatever the
slamming
hell
your
he wants,
down. Yeah,
but it is still a
I'm still
country worth
really excited
defending.
for it. I'm gonna make it better one day.
So I would love
I've
I
actually
mean,
never eaten here,
it's brand I mean, it only opened at the beginning of 2020, Regal Eagle. So, like, no one's been really
but I mean, like,
outside of, like, when the seats open.
not even when it was, like, there was always a restaurant, like, tucked into the back right.
Well, the reason why I so first off, it was always busy,
I want
but
a hot overpriced hot dog, I'll go to a baseball game.
yeah, exactly. I'm not gonna go there and eat a freaking burger and hot dog. Like, if I'm gonna eat that, first I'm gonna go to Casey's. Okay, let's talk about that for a minute. Second, what the hell are you doing? That's just I'm not gonna get political, but that's just very typical. Because you have all these amazing countries and all of their amazing food, even if Italy's like Olive Garden, but like all of them are amazing. Like amazing food. I've had some of my best dining experiences. I'm so sad Tecumte is not open right now, but we'll talk about Tecumte when we get to Japan. I mean, like, what are you doing? What are you doing? I don't know. I
What are you doing?
what are you doing?
What are you doing?
But it is a gastropub, so I think they have a lot more craft beer there and stuff. So it is worth probably going in there because there's a bar. Like you could go in there and get drinks. So I'm fine with that because I do love craft beer. But overall, I can't sign up for it. I do love the Golden Dreams film montage. It makes me extremely patriotic. For as much as I'm shitting on America right now, I am very patriotic and I do love my country, but it's a shit show right now. Um, and it does that song actually does make me a little emotional. I
Mhm.
get all like patriotic. It's so silly. But it does. It makes me it makes me very proud of our country. So for the majority of it anyways. Um But the food, we'll talk about the food here in a minute. I'm really excited that they did create a smokehouse. It's craft drafts and barbecue because anytime they have a festival, it's always some kind of barbecue situation. It was always great. It was like surprisingly good for it being like, a random festival booth. And the host of it is Sam Eagle from Muppets. How can you not love
Sam
that?
Eagle.
How can you not love that? I also love seeing the Voices of Liberty when you can. They're fantastic vocalists. And when we do have hopefully we have the candlelight processional at next Christmas, they always are right in the tree, right in the center, and they're like kind of the main focus. So amazing, amazing voices. Love hearing the Voices of Liberty. Um, but outside of the main attraction, which it's a really long show. Have you ever sat through the American Adventure? It's like 30
Yes,
minutes. It's not a
yes,
quick
I only did it once.
yeah, I've only done it once myself. But it's, like, long. It's no joke. But hey, air conditioning at its finest. And it's just the it goes, it's obviously about the spirit of America, and, it talks about individualism, innovation, tomorrow, independence, compassion, and discovery. On right side of the theater. On the other side of the theater, there is freedom, heritage, pioneering, knowledge, self-reliance, and adventure. Why is this making me fucking emotional? Here's why. I think because, like, there's this spirit. The spirit first off, it's
Uh,
making me, like, sad about just, you going to fight her as first of all, number 1. Second, I think also, like, I think with everything that's going on in the world, this makes me really sad to, like, think about what our country could be. I'm really sad. I'm gonna move on. Let's look at this friggin' menu. Holy shit. Help me, Lord. I've been in, like, a weird space, like, mental space, like, the past, like, 2 weeks. Like, I've been really emotional. I was watching Nick and I have been rewatching, like, The Newsroom, and I've been, like, crying at every episode. Like, the hell is going on with me? I'm not a crier. I'm a very
oh,
unemotional person.
no.
I need help. All right, well, let's look at this menu because it actually looks pretty decent if you like the BBQ. I mean, I don't know if
I'm
it's, like,
not a
legit BBQ, but you're not a barbecue fan?
no, I mean, sometimes the smell is just overwhelming and,
It
like,
is
or
heavy.
the hickory smoke stuff is just, like,
Oh, I love
a
it.
lot.
I love it. We
Give me a
have
menu.
and we have a tremendous this is very strange. So for those of you who don't know, I live in Ohio, which in Northeast Ohio. We have an amazing barbecue place that has actually won, like, a lot of, like, national barbecue awards. Celebrities, for some reason, have come there to eat there. I mean, awesome. It's literally the some of the best barbecue I've had throughout the country, and I've traveled throughout the country, had many, many, many different barbecues. It is phenomenal. So I would be nervous. I don't think I would actually choose to eat here, let's be very honest. I would probably go here and eat, like, an appetizer. Do they have appetizers? Like, if you were to give me some pork rinds, I'd be like, "Yes. I
Let's
want
see,
to go
they
to there."
have no, it just says entrees.
Yeah. There's no way, they gotta have apps. It's probably just not on here. How do they not have apps? Also, if you're going to a barbecue place, what are you doing getting a salad? Like, I'm vegetarian, but I would eat barbecue, like, because 'cause I'm just not a bitch, like,
'Cause mama
what do
ain't
you
raised no bitch.
mama didn't raise no bitch. But they have, like, Memphis dry rub pork ribs, they have Kansas so they, like, do the span of barbecue because like, everyone's got different. Kansas City smoked half chicken, North Carolina chopped smoked pork, sliced Texas beef, so they, like, are doing all the different barbecues from all over the nation, which I think is fun. They do have a jackfruit burger for us plant-based folks, but I'm just not doing that. I'm just gonna eat the meat. They have sides. Oh, baked beans with burnt ends. I would do that. I would go there and get a craft beer and a baked beans with burnt ends. And you know what? I'd be real pleased.
You know what? I'd
Real
be real pleased.
real pleased. I'd be like, "You know what? This is enough. This is pleasant." Um, they have, like, a very, wide we'll go back to the beer in a minute, but they have a very wide, like, allergy menu here too, so if you are concerned about that, they do have that here. Like, por ejemplo, the North Carolina chopped smoked pork butt platter, which sounds fantastic, but it doesn't have gluten in it, so it has, like, the garlic toast. It's a gluten allergy friendly garlic toast with the North Carolina vinegar sauce, which I love, and then you get different sides. I mean, it sounds good. I just feel like there's so much more to do there that I wouldn't waste my time on getting barbecue,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
Yeah, I believe it.
IMO. There's gotta be a bigger beer list, so they're only showing 4 beers, and I'm pretty unless they're doing a very limited menu right now due to COVID, but, right now, these aren't legitimate. I would not consider any of these. Maybe High Ally. Cigar City High Ally, I would consider that, a more of a craft beer. Bell's Oberon, Sam Adams, definitely, I don't consider that craft, and they have Angry Orchard, so I don't know, we need to find, like, a legitimate menu for that, but so, like, what would you if you're not into barbecue, then what would you get?
Something from Japan.
Skipping this completely. I love that.
No, I don't know. I'll eat, like, a pulled pork sandwich here and there. I don't eat pork often,
Yeah.
and I guess because of that, it like, people who don't eat pork often can kinda become allergic to it. Um,
Really? Oh, I didn't know that.
yeah, uh, I guess there's, like, something in it, because it's, like, considered, like, a dirty meat, you know? Like, because pigs eat
Cool.
anything.
That's why
Uh,
isn't that why, in the Jewish religion, that's why people don't eat pork because they consider it dirty,
right.
correct? I'm hoping I'm interpreting that correctly. I'm in no way trying to offend the kosher menu.
I think that's accurate,
Yeah.
but it's like, I'll do a pulled pork sandwich, it's just not my favorite. Again, like, I like barbecue sauce, and I like, you know,
Yeah.
meat, but it's just something about the overwhelming smell of smoked
Yeah.
carcass.
That's fair. You know what I made the other night for dinner? And it was during, these uprisings, so I didn't feel it was appropriate to do one of my silly cooking videos. But, I made a pulled portobello mushroom sandwich with homemade coleslaw.
And that's your business.
It was that's your business, yes. And it was so good. Like, I just dry roasted the portobello mushrooms and then, sautéed onions and then mixed it all with, like, the barbecue sauce and everything, and it, like, was so good.
I somehow ended up on the vegan side of TikTok, and I see that a
Oh, it's a
lot.
weird
Like,
place.
if you are wanting a pulled pork sandwich, but you're a vegetarian, portobello is a good meat substitute. It's got, like, the same texture.
Yeah, it is, and it's a really so for those of you who are considering it, actually portobellos are fantastic meat substitute in most things. Mushrooms just in general, but, like, it really was really, really good. Like, I was impressed. If y'all want the recipe, just hit me up.
I'm
I
looking at this. I'll probably just get the cheeseburger. If I had to eat from here, I'd just get the
Yeah, that's
cheeseburger.
fair. That's fair. So we're gonna pause here on our tour because we don't wanna, like, end an episode with Japan, we wanna start an episode with Japan because it's
So
it's
great.
it's, like, pretty much both of our favorites, so we don't wanna, like we know y'all chopping off the last 10 minutes, so we're not gonna, like, screw you if you did wanna listen to
We
Japan.
do that.
So we'll end it here. We'll get started back with Japan, and we promise you guys before Brady leaves, we are going to finish the tour. So don't think that we're not going to finish it. And hopefully get to talk about the Festival of the Arts too. So we will stop here and we'll get started for our next episode. Um, yeah, that's it. I'm Annie at WDW Collective, and with me is my most amazing, seriously amazing co-host.
Hi, guys. Hi. It's me. I forgot what I was gonna say. I said hi, then I was like, whatever. But it's me, Brady McCleary, and we will be back sooner than you think.
I know. Bye, guys. We'll see you soon.
Bye.